Hello guys, long time I haven't put out many video. So this one is actually a training session with fellow friends Beta Fury and Lincoln Trop. So we are just going to test out some of the armor layout and some interesting things about how to penetrate tanks. So you can see here we are gathering up at the center of the Hemo stop. Beta Fury is using his IS-6. I am using a T-32 and I'm in a hulldown position, sort of like a hulldown position, and Lincoln Trop is in his Carnarvon. So let's get this minimap out of the way first. Okay, so I asked those guys to shoot at me, fire at me. Don't you can see his hull, but don't fire at the hull. Oh, okay, that one did no damage. It seems like it went through the gun bandlet. Sorry, it ricochets off the hull and go inside the gun bandlet. Okay, now this one penetrated. Okay, so you can see over here. Oops, yeah, you can see over here, this is where it begins to ricochet, and the first shot ricochet and went up here. The second one ricochet from here to the top of the hull, as you can see over here. So that deals damage. So sometimes you can actually shoot at the gun mantlet of the T-32 and it ricochets, and because of the angle you can see over here, ricochets down into the hull. Okay, this time we are looking at a very slow motion. Not quite yet. Okay, anytime from now. Do you see that? Okay, let's see from this angle. Okay, we now see from this angle. There it is. I don't know whether if it's straight into the hull, but it sure looks like a ricochet to me because there are some scratches on top of the mantle over there. Okay, now Lincoln Trop is having a go. Yep, took damage and almost at the same spot. Good aiming over there. You can see the overlaying of holes. Yep. Definitely there's a lot of ricochet marks over there, and there's clearly a hole on top of my hull, which is only 50 millimeters in armor. That one sounds like bounced off the top of my hull. He's okay. Right now Lincoln Trop is hull down on behind the building. He wants to test the hull down position for the Carnarvon. So usually the top of the Carnarvon is a so-called weak spot, depends on what gun you use. For a gun, IS-6 gun, because you can see clearly the IS-6 is slightly shooting up. You can see the angle here. Slightly shooting up to that position, which makes the impact angle much more. So it ricochets, and because IS-6 gun is only 175 millimeter penetration, so he can't actually effectively put shots onto that if it's standing. If both tanks, if the Carnarvon is slightly taller than in elevation than him, but he can always shoot the below the gun mantlet at around the turret ring area that penetrates. Can't really, let's see that. Yep. For some reason it shows into the hull, but that is clearly into the turret ring, I would say. So it tries to angle. Let's see what happens. Yep, it still goes through the turret ring. Below the gun, that is where you can shoot, even with 175 millimeters, which most tier 7 heavy tanks would have, can go through that area of armor over there. Okay, now Lincoln Trop is trying to go from the top and get himself hull down and shoot down from there. So let's see how Beta is going to get this one off. Yep, at the same place. He shot at the same place and the same thing happened. Okay, over here, as I turn my turret, you can see clearly the holes. The holes that actually ricochet off my gun bandlet right into the top of the hull. So now, what I'm trying to do is try to go into a position where my tank is angled upwards, which means that my gun is pointing downwards. Okay, over here at this position, he should be looking me something like that. Of course, just imagine that okay, first of all, this is the angle where I can shoot him. Can see that is where I'm aiming. This is the position that I can shoot him. I can't angle my tank more because the gun depression is not enough. Okay, so this is consider the extreme angle at what we are looking at, and in his perspective would be like this. Okay, so just imagine something is covering up my lower plate, alright, and so what he's trying to do here is to put some shots and see how effective the organic ricochet. Nope, that one bounced, did nothing. That one went through. There is a new hole, so yeah, I mean it works. There's a new hole. You can see clearly to the right hand side, to the left hand side of my tank. There's another new hole, and he put the third shot at the exact position and putting me off.